Alright, so today, as my first video, I'm going to be kind of like reviewing the new update, even though it's kind of late in WorldBox, and just showing you guys kind of the new stuff about it and how to get it. So basically, if you don't have WorldBox, it's a pretty good game. It wasn't worth the money before, but now I think it is worth the $20. And if you want to get to the new update, first click on this update. It's when you get to the play, you scroll down, get here. Scroll down to the praise the monolith, and this is what we have to do. This is the steps to get it in. So all we have to do is we're on Steam. Then next it says right click on WorldBox in your library. I already got there. Select properties. Then go to betas tab, and then enter the password forbidden knowledge. We're gonna need to copy and paste this, and then choose Metalla for beta preparation, and then it will do it itself. So we go here, properties, and then we go to betas, enter the code, boom, check code, and it says click on this. Remember those properties, and then betas, and then now we should be able to delete this, and the game is installing the new version. Alright, we can already see that some stuff is new, and I already know about this stuff. You can read the tutorial bear stuff. There is some new stuff. I'm kind of done tutorial bear. And you might want to turn down the music volume or just sound volume. Honestly, it's a little loud. The wind, there's like some pretty loud wind, so I'm gonna just turn that down to 30. And then as you can see, these things are named different. There's more things here. You can name yourself. There's this weird forbidden knowledge stuff. But the first thing we need to focus on is mainly like there's one thing that everyone, if you get this game, you might be kind of mad if you had the game, but you got traits. I had all the traits. I had to work so hard to get them, and they're all gone. I don't know why. Like, some of them are still here, yes. All the ones that you needed to get trophy for, I don't know why I could never get that one, are still here, like Immortal. But, all the other ones are gone, and new ones. I know a trick to get this really fast. Like, you can also look at families, and this is new. If that's confusing, I'll go over it later. You can look at the families. Wait, no, you can't. Go to subspecies, and you can edit them. But you have to get all this new stuff in one game, and if you have to get more stuff if you want to actually kind of have fun. So this is one kind of weird way to get all the traits. First, we have to set down a volcano, and then, as you can see here, we have this forbidden knowledge: burning sacrifice of pure blood will reveal all, but you'll never forget what you see. So basically, all you have to do is grab elves, look at the world population to make sure you get this right. You can pause the game, and then just spam them till they get to 500 elves. You can do this by holding down click and shift at the same time. Oh, got a little extra, but that should still work. And also make sure your brush size is the tiniest one, and just plop them in. And see, that's why I guess we need to make sure we have all. Alright, boom. There we go. A dark enlightenment in the world. Right. And now you see this is different. And all you have to do is click on it. Relation of the void. This only works in one world, so you have to do it multiple times. But now if I spawn an animal, we have all the traits, all the equipment, which is a new thing. And there's so much. Now we can get to the rest of the stuff that is in this update. Alright, so there is so many different things, and I probably won't be able to cover them today, but I am going to go through each one of these, including the first area. So as you can see, we have the WorldBox thing, the forbidden knowledge that I showed you. You can still click on it, but it doesn't do anything. We have the world laws, which is pretty important. I recommend turning off magic rights and turning on peaceful monsters in the very beginning of the game, because magic rights, they just kind of go crazy with their magic stuff. And I always turn off other disasters and evolution events if I want to have a natural world. And you can also name yourself, like the one or something like that, like as a god, and you can choose what your mood is. Kind of, they don't really care what your mood is. You just kind of do it. I like chaotic sometimes. Sometimes I just go like benevolent or something. But there's create a new world. None of this stuff is different. This is all the same. We have achievements. This is different. It's still, all this stuff is you can show all your achievements, and you don't actually lose achievements, but getting forbidden knowledge does prevent some. This is different. You can choose which age, but you can't cancel out ages. So that's kind of annoying. Um, but because sometimes you don't want like the chaos age because you want a peaceful world, and it always means fighting. This isn't that new. The game settings. Oh yeah, and also if you just got the game, you might want to click on this burger a bunch of times. Nothing's changed in the debug menu except for that you can go to places easier and the icons are different. But this is basically like super good. It's like the thing that you want to use, because if you don't have this, then you can't see how much troops they have, how much food they have, and this also makes the game go so much faster. Which we can try it, and you can tell that the game's going pretty fast. I'm gonna turn that off. Alright, so the next thing we're going to check out is the world shaping tools. We have all this stuff basically the same except for the summit. This is pretty cool because sometimes like archers can shoot over mountains, and I've always wanted to have something that they actually can't shoot over. So we have the lowest, deep ocean, and there's close ocean, shallow waters, and then we have sand, plain soil, which is probably going to get taken over by this savanna, I guess, hills, and mountains. But now we have the summit too. And I can show you what this looks like by adding some water. Just need some water. There we go. Can't really see the differences from there, but that is the summit, mountain, and hills. And now, this is another cool thing that is pretty cool, but also kind of not cool because they don't actually build it. So there aren't, like, you can build walls. Like, I could build a wall to protect this person. Oh, and now they're stuck infinitely. And then you can also, they can go right in the corners. Nuh-uh. Now you can't. You can also build walls of evil, walls of light, but they can actually go through walls of light if they need to. Iron walls, wooden walls, and stone walls, and bush wall, and grass walls, and bush wall and stuff. But they're kind of not that cool because they are really hard to put in strategic spots for villages. And you can always, I really do with them, is just make it look like a ruined spot like that, and then put like the monolith like right there to make it look like it's old or something. So they're useful, but the villagers don't make them, which I really wish happened. So we have the figure. This one doesn't look that different. It just has a different icon. Vortex, so it's the same. Sponge, bucket, pickaxe. Well, this is the same. Demolish, life eraser. Now we have the border brush, this is actually kind of helpful because sometimes it's like, why are you expanding over here, or why aren't you expanding over here? And then you can do paint to expand them like in every direction, and a paintbrush to expand kingdoms in any direction that you want. And then you can also remove city zones, like disconnect villages and stuff. And these are all new. Actually, I think two of these might be new, but mostly this area hasn't changed too much, and we don't even have the woofie back there. Alright, next we are checking out the new sphere in life. It's kind of confusing to say, but Village info. These things already existed. I'm not going to go through all the info because there's lots of stuff in that direction. So compare statistics. There's lots of this. This is pretty confusing unless you know these things like really well. I don't understand this stuff. So it's kind of like stats for nerds. So it's not that useful, honestly, unless you really know how to play this game. These are the same, that's the same, but this is the one thing. You can actually create an alliances now, which is what everyone's wished for. You had to get so many mods and stuff because you couldn't make custom worlds to show it. So favorite creatures, this is new. It's a new spot for it. Used to be back here. And then we have favorited items, which I can go to. That should show it. That's oh, what are you doing? Oh, chill. All right. So I just give him like a stick. Just give him a stick. Actually, I want to give him a flame. No, I want to give him a shotgun. Yeah. Then we go to shotgun, and we reforge it into an epic weapon. And eternal curse. Yeah. So they can't remove that item, and they'll have it forever, even when they die. And as you can see, it's the little shotgun sticking out. So if we favorite it, remember to favorite this boy, we can go to, oh yeah, it also has this character bar, but we can go over that later. We go to this, and there it is. It's right there. Carried by Wolf. It shows you here. And we have wars. This isn't much different, except we have this, the renown somehow. I don't know why this is like only if there's lots of wars. We have wars of the past. This is really good. Favorite wars, I guess. Statistics. Yeah. That's kind of, I wish I had like deaths or something under there. But wars of the past, this is helpful. Because then you can, like, when a war ends, you can actually see how much it was. And you can also see your favorite items on the map. Plans and plots. There's one thing, you can actually make characters have plans and plots. I just haven't made a kingdom, so I can't really do that yet. Alliances, this is a little more, you can favorite alliances. There's statistics, but it's not that much different. Kingdoms, new ways to look at them, but you can only really favorite and stuff. Villages, still you can only favorite them. This is kind of helpful. But it's basically the same, except this is actually kind of helpful because you can see how many cities were destroyed. That's kind of interesting. We have clans. They said this was gonna be better, but honestly, I don't think they're that good. You can edit traits of a clan, but it doesn't increase that much. Alright, now we have the big boys. Religion. This is the stuff that makes magic, and you can edit the traits to make different magic things happen. You can have favorite religions, and they can also get split like in different ways. It's crazy. And dominating religion, that's kind of cool. Culture. These are actually kind of cool because you can change how they like do life. You can make it like only male prescription in the army, only like only royal bloodline can be men. Actually, no, I don't think you can do that. But you can do men. Only men can be like the king. Only woman can be the king. Only girls can be conscripted. It's a lot of stuff. And then now we have families. Right here, you can't edit families, but they're kind of helpful for tracking royal families. Like if they're royal, sometimes I just put like an R next to them, and then if I favorite them, I go back, look at favorites, and they're the royal family. But usually royal families die, so can't be too caring about them. Now we have our subspecies. I already kind of showed this, but you can show their population. There's all this mind stuff, body stuff, their diets, which some things like omnivore cancels out some other stuff, and rebirth. This is kind of cool. There's so many trophies, I guess, for this. But that's why I'm happy I got the thing. But and then we got all these talents. Then we have they can be an egg or not. Then the mutation, which is kind of cool. And you can also change what their first skin color looks like. And there's also birth editor, which gives all the ones that are born at these traits, like normal traits. And then this is kind of confusing, so if you know stuff, you can I don't know what this is, so you can do that. Alright, and now we have, this is the part that doesn't really need, You really only like click on that to see, like, you can do task icons to like see what they're doing, but they're probably pretty big, highlighted, favorited. But yeah, um, you can see that stuff if you want to. It's not really that helpful, but I'd recommend just clicking on it and then unclicking, because oh yeah, I guess that's kind of helpful, but still. We go family arrow. Yeah, that's not that helpful. Alright, so that was the Nudosphere in life. That was probably the longest one and probably has the biggest update that everyone's been waiting for so far. Alright, so now we're going to animals, creatures, and monsters. This one's kind of an overload, and now looking at all this stuff, I can see why they took so long to make the update. So I forgive them for all the stuff. I think everyone should forgive them for all the stuff that they've said to them about the update. Then we thought it was true, but look at all this, all these creatures, and then there's even all the monolith creatures. They can actually create civilizations. Like, watch this. If I want these little monkeys or chickens, create civilization, and then I go Sonic speed. I change it to kingdoms. Kingdoms. Llama civilization. And that's the llama civilization. Look at this. They can actually make civilization. I could spawn every single type, and they'd all make civilization. I can see why they took so long to make this update. It's so good. And there's even these random guys. Don't even know what they are. They die in the water, I guess. Ghosts. We got UFOs, this weird angle tower, I don't know what that is. Fire stuff, there's so much new stuff. And you can also, like, instead of just spawning the cyber cores and getting these guys, you can just spawn them. The assimilators. The Wolf Kingdom is failing. And we can spawn aliens now, instead of just spawning their UFOs. And you can spawn them. You can spawn all of this new stuff. Except lemon mans don't spawn in the wild anymore, which is kind of sad. I'm going to pause this because this is getting kind of chaotic. There are scorpions. You can spawn all of these, like, the guys that spawn in biomes now. Like the Candyman. The Garl, they're like the garlic ones. The s'mores, these are the only guys that spawn in the lemon biome now. It's kind of sad. We have these piranhas are kind of crazy, so maybe don't spawn them in your world, because there's no, like, or seals. There's no predators for seals. Like, if I put the piranhas in, they'll just kill the piranhas. And they're too tiny for them. And rats can actually create a plague infection. If you over here, go to show plague infection, the rats can actually create plague infections. They just need a king. Like, spawn, 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 spawn. And we just give one of the little rats an infection. All of the other rats become infected. And they'll spread it forever. But yeah, there's basically lots of stuff. They also do shoot out fireworks now. But this is probably the biggest area. If you want to find out more about it, I'd say look into it yourself. And you can also spawn Gregs now, which are basically creatures that cannot be stopped. Like, I could spawn, and they don't exist anymore. The Gregs will wipe out civilizations. They're just kind of OP. They just, like, look at this. They have so much health. Greggies. Yeah, so basically there's a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, and also when you click on characters, it shows this. So it's kind of a quick way to watch them without needing to watch them. And yeah. Alright, so next we're checking out the Nature and Disasters toolbar, because it's not that big, so I might just switch. I might go to the other one and cover some other stuff in it. So we have all the new ones. We have ginger maple, we have the garlic, we have the rockland seeds, flower seeds, celestial seeds, paradox seeds, clover seeds, and singularity swap seeds. They're pretty cool, but I recommend if you see them in your world and you want to make it normal, just swap them out with like the birch seeds. They're pretty, like birch is, it says they're like pretty peaceful. Honestly, they are pretty peaceful. Like if we just go like that, look how peaceful that looks. It looks so peaceful. It's like good for elven kingdoms and stuff. So all this stuff, you can spawn fruit bushes in more biomes now. Like before you weren't able to spawn them in like the like singularity swap, we got that. I don't think you can spawn them there, but like rocklands, I think you can spawn them. Oh, I know, because it's rocks. But like in the lemon biome and stuff, you can finally spawn them where you want to. Adamantine, all this new metals, no new metals. There are storm clouds. They're hell clouds, I guess, because they're lava fire. That's cool. It's fire instead of lava. Then we got cloud of life, which I think we've already had that, but there's not as much on this tool area. I mean, we can do this. I want to try this. It never worked before. Boom. Oh yeah, I always try to get that one. It never works. And so basically that was kind of boring. So I have one more thing that I'd like to show you. For this part. We can now control things by, I'm gonna get out so I can show you. You first have to spawn something. I'm gonna spawn it like down here. Or I'll just click on this little guy. And then on here you can see possession. And I can control him. And I can actually attack his entire village! Oh, but he died pretty fast. Take control. Child, don't be angry. Let's take him out. Yeah, so this is it's kind of weird. There's some stuff I wish they had, but they don't. So yeah. Ooh, the king! The king! I'm gonna get you! But you can like dash around. Oh. I don't think you can make special decisions as the king though. Oh yeah, here's this one thing I want to show you. So as the king, I can make plans and plots happen. Like I can plan a war, make new culture, new language, new all that stuff. Right? Let's try that. And then as you scroll on the map, it shows the plot. And if you speed this up, he'll go through with the plot and stuff. And I told him to do it. So that part is kind of but it's still useful on creating cool worlds. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you guys is there are some new stuff in the Destruction and Chaos toolbar. So we have the finger flick, which is kind of fun. You can like flick things in random directions. Like flick, flick, flick. Get out! Get on the land! Greg's gonna get you. I can flick Greg around. And that's kind of fun. I'm gonna slow down time so it's a little less chaotic. But that's only a little bit of the things that they added. So first of all, we have the plague, and this stuff is in this area now. We have Crabzilla. He's always fun to play with. This stuff is it used to be in the other various powers, or miscellaneous I call it, toolbar, but they're here now. And we have the golden egg desire, ethereal harp desire, alien mold desire, and the computer chip, which you can implant in all of them to make them do my deeds. And we can also do this, which is kind of weird. I don't know what it does. You can spawn this stuff, the golden egg, this, and then if we give them the golden egg desire, they'll all want to find the golden egg. And it kicks them out of their kingdom. It's like the gold rush, so they just leave instantly. Oh, and he's stuck forever. But this is new. You can make stuff come alive. You can make houses and buildings come alive. This isn't that new. No, that's kind of confusing. I don't even know what that is sometimes. The island got destroyed mostly, but most of this is kind of not that different. So I'm gonna try some new things. So when you actually turn things to zombies, if we go to like boom, and if we go kill, they turn to zombies. And then there's a whole species for the zombies. Like if we go here and look this. And they are zombies. Wait, are these the zombies? No, these aren't the zombies. We have to find them. There's so many species. There we go. Zombus. Boca zombus. And we can look at the subspecies editor, and they are all like zombie species. And they're kind of crazy. You can make them red, you can make them green. Actually, you can't change their color now, but still. And this is something you could get from the monolith. But yeah, they're basically zombies from this. And then there's some new stuff. Madness isn't that much different. You can make them forget kingdoms with madness. Spores, so there's not that much different stuff, but it's still an important part of the game. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to show you guys, the last thing, is the other various powers updates. So we have about WorldBox news and more. You can actually get a achievement by clicking on all these things, because it kicks them all out. Let's see if we can get it. Boom. Oh, I didn't get the achievement. Oh well. You can break WorldBox. Find Wilhelm. That guy's name's Wilhelm. 2 achievements right there. But we have the weird blue dust stuff. We have black dust, which makes them forget everything. Purple dust. Gold dust, which makes them forget kingdom. Purple dust makes them forget religion. Red dust makes them forget family. You can just make them forget a lot of stuff. You can make them go to bed. Yeah, you can make them sleep. You can clone them, which is actually pretty cool. So like if you find one interesting species, you can just spam clone. Kind of overloads your game, but yeah, and you can do this. Dispel magic status, I guess. It's if they have like coffee. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, what was that? Whoa. I don't know what that was. How do I do that? Oh, I guess you can highlight all of them. Kind of weird. But back in here, there's this kind of weird one. And you can make a bunch of little Greg babies spawn out. That's kind of weird. Yeah. There's a bunch of little eggs. That one is kind of weird. But the monolith here, monolith here. It is updated to be better, so it can like zap things around it. Like if I put chicken, it might actually zap the chicken. Maybe. Actually, if we put it on the island, there's a chance it's gonna zap it. There you go, right there. And then we spawn a bunch of chicken. And the monolith might actually zap them. But sometimes that takes a while, and we don't have to do that. So we have the gamma rain, delta rain stuff. This doesn't change whichever one it is. It's just like a way for you to like select what it is. And you can just do like, there's new traits here, but you basically just click on it, and then you can send it on them. Not new really, but still useful. Loot rain, this is new, unless you get a mod. So you can do 1 spear, like a alien blaster, and then you can give them like all adamantine armor and stuff, and then you can just rain it. Like anyone in now, all of them have full sets of armor. All these Gregs have full sets of armor. So if I like click the one, even though this is kind of crashing my computer. Whoa! Alright, I'm just gonna kill them all. Sorry, Gregs. You're kind of crashing my computer. Alright, so and now when we click on them, you can see that they have full adamantine armor and they have a gun now. So yeah, it's pretty helpful and kind of cool if you also want to make like a bunch of kingdoms, like fire kingdoms or ice kingdoms and stuff like that. And we can always click on the tutorial over here. But I don't need you anymore, buddy boy. I've already I've played WorldBox for a while, and yeah, that's kind of what we got for this area. Alright, WorldBox is a game that I think you should get. The review today, nothing short of like what it all it is, but still so much more to get, so much more stuff to cover. There's probably some secret stuff like this. I didn't even know I could go like that. I didn't even know that that's possible. That's really cool. And it even does your color for like if I go purple, it is purple. That's cool. Um, but basically, I think if you're just watching this video right now, it's called WorldBox, like a world and a cardboard box, but WorldBox, no spaces, $20 on Steam, and now I think it's very much worth the $20. Just remember to download the beta version and watch this video. And if you want to, it always helps to subscribe and maybe leave a like on the video. That's all for today, and bye.